Hey gang, welcome back to Joe Daddy's Workshop. If you follow my channel, you also know that I have another channel called Joe Daddy's Garage, and that is all about cars. I work on classic Mustangs and Camaros, I do brake jobs, I do all kinds of stuff on cars, but this channel, I try to keep things different. You know, one of my most popular videos on this channel is replacing a threshold on the door. Another one is putting in a quick set door handle. You know, little things that are very beneficial for people to see how things operate versus how they are put in instructions. So I appreciate everybody that has liked and shared and commented on those videos, and I thank you for being here and watching my channel. Now I know I don't post a lot on this channel primarily, but I try to at least do something every so often that might be of interest to you. Today I want to work on this. And you look at this and you say, wait a minute, that's just a piece of rusty steel. What are you going to do with that? Can't be that important. Where did you get it? Why are you messing with this? Well, near as I can tell, this is a piece of railroad track. Old railroad track. I can't tell you the dimensions other than it's about 5 inches tall. This is probably about 5 inches wide, and this part up here is about maybe 2.5, somewhere in that range, based on my thumb measurement. So about 2.5 inches. I found this at a local scrapyard, and they were hesitant to actually sell me this. They said, we're not supposed to sell railroad track, and I understand that. I've seen people with railroad track. I don't know where they get it. I've always wanted some pieces to make some tooling out of. So that's what I plan to do with this. Now this thing is pretty crusty. You can look at it and see that it's been laying in the dirt, you know, getting weathered and crusty. So what I want to do is make a tool that I can work on cars with. So when I'm doing metal work, I can form and do stuff like that. So I'm not going to do anything special, let's say. I plan to clean it up with one of these fibrous discs. I also plan to shape it with a sanding disc and try to give it a form that I find beneficial. Now, what can I use, or what can I, make it into? Well, what I want to have is basically a flat portion here and probably a 90-degree. So I have a nice square angle. This side, I will round it off. I want to make it rounded and maybe even round off a corner up here so that if I need to make a curve, I can dolly a piece of metal around that curve. So, you know, one end might be totally straight and the other end kind of a ball shape. So we'll see what happens. I'm just kind of winging it, really. I don't have a design in mind, and we're going to see where it ends up. So let's get started. I can't say it's much better looking than when I started, but wow, that thing has got some wear and tear on it. Now I'm using a sanding disc that's kind of worn out to start with. I just want to knock some stuff off of it. See what happens. might have to get a little more aggressive than that. That is some tough stuff. Now this is an old cutting wheel, or cutting disc, just to see what it does. That is some super hard metal. I have one more piece that I'm going to try. This is my diamond cutting wheel from Bad Dog Tools. I'm going to see what it does to this. That's definitely an improvement. I'm not going to bore you with continued grinding. I'm going to try to do some shaping of this. Again, this side, I think I want to have it 90 degrees and this side rounded. So I might play with that a little bit. That's a start. Just doing some rough shaping at this point. So you can see it's starting to get a rounded end here. Again, this side I want to have it, try to get a 90 degree. The difficulty is this has a radius on it, so I'm going to have to really work this down to try to get a 90 degree angle out of it. Obviously this is going to take a while. You know what? I forgot I had this beast. A friend of mine gave me this several years ago, and I just completely forgot that I had it. I don't know what this disc is on it, but we'll see. We'll see what this thing does. Well, I hit the trigger and it dims the lights. Okay, so I'm going to grind on that some more, try to get this surface again flatter and this surface flatter. We'll see how it turns out. Well, I'm making progress. I want to tell you, this is some super hard metal. Grinding on it, it's taking a lot of effort to get this flat. Now, ideally, I would ask somebody with a machining or a machine shop to surface this and make this, mill this across and make it flat. I'm still going to do it by hand. But what I want to show you is a couple of things. I started grinding down this surface here, and based on how they cut this, probably with a torch, they just kind of blew out some of the metal. On either side it's like that, so it's kind of rough looking. On this edge, this is going to flatten out pretty nice. However, I want this corner to be more crisp. So what I plan to do is add some weld right here. I just want to build that up because I can't continue to grind down this surface and this surface to try to get rid of that. That's going to be a lot of material. So I'm going to clean this up a little, throw some weld on there, and then regrind that. Same way on the end here. I will clean this out, put some weld in, and try to grind that flat. You know, I think this is going to work okay. The other thing I have to consider is how am I going to apply this? So you saw that I was clamping it down with a big pair of C-clamps. That's probably what I'll do. I have a heavy-duty steel welding table, that, not this one, but I have a real heavy one. I will probably just clamp it to that table so that I can move it around and use the hammer on it and stuff like that. So let me get some welds in here, and first I'll clean that up obviously, but let's get some welds in there and start grinding all over again. Now I've turned the heat up a bit on this. On my Lincoln 140T, this is a setting of D on the heat, and the speed is about 2.5. Now I probably should have swapped out to my 30 thousandths wire, but I have 0.25 in there, so that's what I'm going to use. But again, I'm trying to build up this edge. That's a good start. I'll layer some more on top of that. Not bad. That's a good rough pass, let's say. It's nice to weld something super heavy like this, but I want to take care of this low spot as well. Getting there. We'll take down some of this edge. I think I might use the other grinder for that. Looking pretty good. I may have to add a little more weld just to build that up high enough to knock that, not have to grind down more material. Let me grind this other side and get a look at it. So, a little more grinding to do there. Starting to come along. This is close. I don't know if I'll do any more welding on that edge, but this, I feel like I'm going to have to build that in some. Okay, so I have the shape that I think I want, and I know I'm relatively flat here on top and on the side, but I'm just going to take this file and run over the top of that just to see how it looks, because it'll show me a smoother transition than what I had with the sanding disc. That's not going to take much. Just change directions on it to show where the weak spots are, or the low spots. I'll keep at it. Okay, so I did take a file, go over it. Very happy with how that looks. You know, this edge I'm not too concerned with, because I'm more worried about the radius than I am with this finish. This turned out pretty nice. Now I'll use a white sanding disc. I don't know what the grit is. And just kind of make passes over that to try to smooth this up even more. It's a lot faster if you have the air on, just saying. Do I need to go further? No. Will I? Maybe. Just because. I'm going to experiment a little. Got some 2000 grit sanding paper. I should maybe try 1000 first. It's amazing how much. Maybe I'll try some 1000. Let's see what 1000 does. Still pretty amazing. Now, will I gain anything from this? No. That works. What's interesting is you can see where I welded. At least I can see it. But still, I think it's pretty cool looking. Handy little anvil. Well, I'm happy with the results. You know, it probably could have gone a bit further and really done like a mirror finish on this thing, but I wouldn't gain anything from it. You know, this is going to end up getting hit with a hammer, doing sheet metal work, trying to form things. And that's really all I needed, was a shape that could come in handy and help me when I'm doing sheet metal repairs. So maybe not the most exciting video, but maybe fun to watch. If you would, leave a thumbs up on this. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this kind of video. I hope to have some more videos on this channel in the coming year. There's other projects that I have in mind that I want to get done, but you know, it's a matter of getting everything sequenced right so that I can make it happen. So anyway, I want to thank you for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and until next time, take care of yourselves. See ya.